Let's get who's next. It's Attillathepun. Yeah, let's get you in here, Michael. If you have a mic and you want to hop on, it's talk.gg/pattheflip. And Chris, again, thank you so much for coming through. It was a pleasure to work with you, and I hope to play with you again and see how you're coming along. I know I've been playing you in a couple lobbies before this, but it's been super useful to actually get in and do like a focus session with you.
Hello.
Yo, what up, Michael?
Hey, what's going on, Pat?
Going all right, man. You ready to do this?
Born ready. Let's go.
Cool. Have you been here for some of the other ones I've done?
Yeah, I have.
Cool. Then you've got the spiel already. We're just gonna go and play some games.
Yeah.
Ugh, Millia.
Wait a minute.
Okay, we're both purple. That's something.
Duel 2. All or nothing.
Good data. How long have you been playing again?
I've played Sin for a little bit,
Okay.
and then took like a couple months off, and now I'm really rusty.
Gotcha. What drew you
About,
to
like,
Millia?
3 months, basically.
Okay,
3 months of Sin, and then 0 months of Millia.
gotcha. Why Millia?
I really just like the OG that she has and everything.
Yeah.
It's just like super fun to get into that flow start and then mix people up.
Mm-hmm.
Heaven or hell.
I guess that's really the reason to play her.
Yeah.
It's not over yet. Duel 2. All or nothing. not over yet.
I don't think you used hairpin at all that match.
I think I used it once. Yeah. I know it's like a really crucial part.
Use that shit.
Yeah. What makes it so strong besides like the stagger?
I mean, so the big thing is just that Millia gets to cover her entrance, right? She gets to cover at her approach vector with a projectile,
Heaven or hell.
right? So like, you can beat anti-airs with that. You're gonna get the stagger because a lot of time it's the like if I try and 6P it, your hairpin will just go right through.
Oh, okay. So you have to cover like my approach.
Yeah, it's basically like the thing which makes her. It's like her biggest neutral tool.
I think I'm like so reluctant to use it because I'm gonna lose it basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see how I used the shuriken? It's like a much better version of that.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
Duel 2. Turn up the heat.
Yeah, that's the idea. That was good. You just were a little bit off in direction. Or placement, rather.
But I shouldn't be like so reluctant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would say I don't know what the like specific go-to hairpin setups are. But there definitely are some, right?
Right.
Like there are safer ways to approach. I'm sure there's a way to pair the hairpin with the double air dash or whatever, right? But yeah, you definitely want to get an idea of how to use that hairpin to cover your approach in common situations.
Got it.
Because like, so as Millia, you're gonna have a lot of time to practice Oki, right? But you got to win neutral first, and hairpin's the easiest way to do it.
Exactly, yeah. That's like the biggest problem I have is that like I go into lab, but like I can't actually get into those combos that I practice or anything.
Woo.
Oh lord.
Nice.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
Cool. Nice. Nice. Whew.
Oh no.
All right, let's play one more real
Chip,
quick.
hairpin.
Millia versus Chip. Get ready to rock. Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Getting back in the pin is definitely the hard part.
What's up?
Getting the pin back is definitely the hard part.
Yeah. Well, that's an important thing to pay attention to. Like, once you start using the hairpin more, it becomes very much in my interest to stop you from getting it back if I can. Right?
Right.
The good news is that can often like persuade people to do things like cover the hairpin space instead of going in for like a setup or something.
Right.
Cool. Nice.
Oh, that's not a move.
All right, let's hop back into the room for a minute.
Cool.
Cool. So, when did you say you picked up Millia again? Very recently, right?
Very, very recently, yeah.
All right. The base level of stuff you need to work on, honestly, is pretty obvious, and a lot of it is just character specific strings for Millia in particular. Like it's pretty clear that you have an understanding of what she's like when she's winning, but you aren't threatening yet. And a lot of that, I think, is because you don't have your attack strings dialed in. So you did a good job of approaching. Overall, obviously, the hairpin will help you out a lot with that. But you were getting in there, you're being aggressive, you're pressing buttons, but that was kind of it. I wasn't worried about roll mix-ups, right? I wasn't worried about high-lows for the most part.
Right.
You did go for the dust a couple times, and that was good, but you were like pushed just out of range a little bit. And at no point was I worried about you stealing a turn, right? You didn't like run in, press a couple buttons, and then run back in and press some more, right?
I see, yeah.
So what I think you should do is like you have some comfort with the character, and yeah, practicing Oki obviously is hella fun and feels hella rewarding, especially when you come up with some new shit. But you're so uncomfortable in neutral that I don't think you would get a whole lot of chance to practice the Oki if you just hopped online and started playing with like other folks on the internet right now.
Totally.
So like this part is it's the kind of easy thing to work on, right? Like you want to make sure you have some good throw setups, which like you're doing it a bit, so that was good. But you want to learn how to steal turns, right? And what are the tools that she's got to kind of stay in someone's face. You also need to be spending meter, right? Like
Right.
once
right,
you
I
have
understand what you're saying.
once you have those tools, right? You're comfortable with like you've got some strings, you've got some high lows, some whatever, right? You've got ways to get that knockdown. Then you want to look at ways that you can use meter to make your life easier in neutral, right?
Right.
Like, what is it that you can wire see that just lets you skip an important part of space control, right? Look for that stuff.
So when you say steal a turn, you mean like just keep the pressure on them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Because so like the way the Gatling system works in this game, right? You generally go from lighter attacks to heavy attacks, right?
Yeah.
And so if you make me block 4 attacks and you're like, I run in with punch, kick, slash, hard slash, and then maybe I cancel into a special or something, you've pushed me along the screen, right?
Yeah.
And you've built up my risk bar, but you're also like pretty negative after that hard slash, right? Or if you cancel into a special, like it's probably not going to give you that much. So find opportunities to stay in someone's face, right? Because if you start getting a little scarier there, right, then you get to work on all the Oki you've been practicing and will undoubtedly continue to practice, right? But yeah, the biggest thing you need to work on is neutral. And the good news is that that's pretty easy, right? Like most of what you're going to be doing probably is seeing how good Millias handle the neutral, like handle neutral encounters, right? What do they use to get close? What buttons do they press when they're coming in? Like how do they set up hairpin? That kind of shit, right?
I see what you mean. Yeah. So just stuff to like make me more intimidating when I'm coming into you. Because right now it's literally just like 4 hits special and then a minus.
Yeah. What I like, there's some specific things you can do to help with this, right? Like, one is just setting the dummy to block everything.
Right.
And getting used to staying in someone's face like that, right? Another thing you can do is, like, playing against the CPU actually isn't that bad for this, because what you'll start to get an eye for is how you can use your normals in neutral to control space, right? For example, like, Millia's jump hard slash is a fucking beast. It's really great. Yeah, there's all kinds of opportunities to use it. So just like playing against CPU and getting used to like, oh, this is how I use this move, or like this is generally the different ways I can use hairpin, right, against a moving target, but one that you don't care about is actually a pretty good way to do it. If you have friends like the friends in chat you've got who are currently rooting for you, and you just want to fuck them up and beat them up, then yeah, just be like, hey, this time I'm only going to use hairpin or whatever, you know. But the idea is that you want to be playing around with it, right? You want to really get an idea for how Millia uses her tools in neutral. Because once you feel comfortable there, then you get to play the fun stuff. You get to do the stuff you want to do, right? Which is just endless like high-low, side-to-side throw mix-ups. And I'm sure that you can get there, but first you got to get them there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Cool. Awesome. Any questions?
You mentioned like doing mix-ups with like the rolls, so literally just like in neutral, trying to like control space with that kind of thing. You mean?
So the thing with the roll is that you can cancel into it from most of your normals, right?
Oh, okay.
So you can run in like, for example, you're running in and doing a full like Gatling, right? You could have just done like run in like punch, kick, slash, and then see that I'm blocking it. And if you see that I'm blocking it, then you can cancel into the roll, and you'll probably be in throw range. Right.
Yeah.
Or if I start thinking, oh, I'm going to swing on this because he's going to roll, then you can do whatever that fast ass move is that comes out of the roll that always counter hits. I forget what it is.
The left shaker.
Yeah. Stuff like, I mean, even like I've seen some people do like hair car in the middle of a string just to catch me with another low. Right. I don't know how good that is. But yeah, like pay attention to like if you just go and watch Millia videos, pay attention to what they're doing before they get the knockdown. Right. And just start playing around with it and get used to that. Especially at your level, you'll get a lot of mileage, honestly, out of like just looking and copying stuff first, and then getting an idea of why someone would do that thing after you know how to do it.
I see what you mean. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So do that.